Hello, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me. Just like to see like a thumbs up or something in the chat. Can everyone hear me, please? Okay. I don't think I've gotten any reactions yet. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Good afternoon once again. Welcome to today's webinar titled Smarter Choices, How Amala Compare Benefits Individuals and Service Providers. My name is Amala Compare, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. On behalf of Amala Cloud Solutions, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us. Whether you're here as an individual looking to make more informed financial decisions, or as a service provider seeking smarter ways to reach your clients, we are thrilled to have you. So for those who are new to us, Amala Cloud Solutions is a data management and access platform that helps individuals control how their personal information is shared with service providers. One of our flagship features and the focus of today's webinar is Amala Compare, a smart comparison tool designed to simplify how people evaluate and choose financial and insurance products. Today's webinar will explore how Amala Compare bridges the gap between individuals and service providers, enabling transparency, better decision-making, and ultimately trust. We'll discuss the challenges of traditional comparison systems, learn from an expert about the state of insurance in Nigeria, and walk you through how Amala Compare provides a smarter, simpler solution for everyone involved. So to kick off our conversation today, we're honored to have Mr. Everest Kanu, a representative from KBL Insurance, who will be leading our first discussion titled The Need for Insurance in Nigeria, Building Trust and Accessibility. He'll be shedding light on why insurance remains a crucial yet often misunderstood part of personal and financial security in Nigeria, with a special focus on car insurance. After his session, we'll dive deeper into the challenges of manual comparison, explore how Amala Compare solves these issues, and take you on a short demo of the platform in action. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout the session. It's a little icon on your screen that you can find. We'll address them during our dedicated Q&A segment later on. Once again, thank you for being here. Let's get started with our first session, the need for insurance in Nigeria, building trust and accessibility. As stated earlier, Mr. Everest Kanu will be handling this session. And in the next minutes, I'll just be reading out his bio to properly introduce him to you. Everest Chimaobi Kanu is an experienced insurance professional who began his career in 2014 with a strong track record in general insurance, covering underwriting, claims handling, client relationship management, and reinsurance administration. He currently works with KBL Insurance Limited in the Reinsurance and Special Risk Department as reinsurance manager, where he applies his expertise to drive excellence in underwriting and reinsurance operations. A graduate of agricultural technology from the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and an associate of the Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria, AIIN, Mr. Everest combines technical depth with strategic insight to deliver value-driven insurance and reinsurance solutions. He's passionate about professional development and knowledge training, or rather knowledge sharing. Mr. Everest actively contributes to industry discussions such as this, trainings and webinars that promote best practices in insurance and risk management. Again, you're welcome, Mr. Everest. You can take it from here.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you to an interesting session this afternoon. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you,
Yes, I
Mr.
can
Everest.
hear
Please
you.
go.
All right. Thank you so much. Welcome to this interesting topic and session this afternoon. Like the moderator has introduced, we want to look at the need for insurance in Nigeria, building trust and accessibility. At the end of this session, we should be able to know the state of insurance in Nigeria. We also look at the public perception and misconception, as well as trust gap that exists in Nigerian insurance industry. We also look at the socioeconomic value of motor insurance as car insurance. And lastly, shall be looking at smart moves adopted by KBL, the regulator, and our partner to build trust and confidence in insurance. Please, like the moderator said, in case you have a question, just drop it in the chat box. We'll take it up accordingly. All right, let's go straight to the meaning of insurance. Most of us must have heard about it. Most of us maybe have taken up an insurance policy, but I want to let us know that the insurance is a contract in which an individual or entity pays an insurance company what is called premium in exchange for financial protection and reimbursement of losses resulting from a covered event. In other words, you must pay your premium in order to be adequately covered. All right, let's look at what Nigerian insurance industry is looking at currently. Available data from the regulator, National Insurance Commission, and as well as the available data from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. As at Q4 2023, we can say that the insurance penetration in Nigeria is at 0.4%. This is alarming. That is to say that many people have not been taking up insurance, either as a result of ignorance or misconceptions they have about the insurance products available in Nigeria. So for insurance available in Nigeria, they are grouped into two majorly, and this is based on the Nigerian Insurance Reform Act of 2025. So we have the life insurance and non-life. The non-life can as well be referred as the general insurance. So for this presentation, we shall be focusing on motor insurance as one of the mandatory insurance policies in Nigeria. So if you look at the diagram below, you find out that under the non-life insurance or general insurance, we have a lot of things that can be covered there. But for the purpose of this session today, we shall be looking at the motor insurance. All right, so what is a motor insurance? I have here that motor insurance is a type of insurance that provides a financial protection against loss, damage, or liability resulting from the ownership or use of a motor vehicle. In other words, once you have a motor vehicle and you're applying the road, there's every tendency for you to sustain either a loss or damage or injury or even a liability to a third party, that is other road users. So the motor insurance in Nigeria today, basically we have two known ones. That is the motor vehicle third-party insurance and the comprehensive motor insurance. So let's look at the difference between the two. When we look at these two, you find out that the motor vehicle third-party insurance is a mandatory insurance policy, and it is required by law that before you put out your vehicle on the road, you must have at least this type of cover. The essence is just for you to protect third parties, other people who may suffer injury, who may suffer damage to their vehicles caused by your own insured vehicle. So in other words, in Nigeria, you cannot, you are expected not to move a vehicle on the Nigerian roads without having at least a motor vehicle third-party insurance. On the other hand, when we talk of comprehensive, we are looking at a broad insurance cover that protects not only the third party, that is other road users, but also protects you. So is a wider cover. And such cover in scope can protect you against damage to your own vehicle, that of the third party, liabilities to the third party, as well as other add-ons that we have on a comprehensive insurance. Such add-ons includes flood extension. We also have natural disasters. We have strike, riot, and civil commotion. And it can also be extended to cover medical expenses. Is limited but unreasonable, but reasonable. That is the major difference between a motor vehicle third-party insurance and that of comprehensive motor insurance. Before I go further, I want to point out that when we hear comprehensive insurance, the word there is a misnomer. It does not mean that the policy is covering everything. So there are policy exclusions and there are also conditions. That is the major difference between the two insurance policies, motor insurance policies. But there's another one too that's available in the market today, which at KBL we also work it out for our clients. That is a policy that is in between the motor vehicle third-party insurance and comprehensive motor insurance. Is in between the two policies. That one is covering you, we call it third-party fire and theft. In other words, is not covering own damage. That is as regards a policy that can be worked out for you, which is in between the two major ones. So let's go to some statistics available in Nigerian insurance industry. As at the end of 2023, statistics is having it that we have 3.1 million vehicles that were insured out of 12 million vehicles plying Nigerian roads. Now, the big question is, what happens to over 8 million vehicles on Nigerian roads? Does it mean that people don't know that there is need for insurance? Is it because of misconceptions? We'll get to know that in a jiffy. Also, according to Nikon report in fourth quarter of 2023, the motor insurance class alone paid a net claim of about 31.0 billion naira. 31 billion naira paid out as claims related to motor. in 2023 alone. That's a huge figure. If you also look at the total net claims paid by insurers in Nigeria in 2023, we have roughly 383 billion naira paid out to policyholders in Nigeria. That is to say that insurance penetration in Nigeria is still very low. For instance, if you have 12 million vehicles as at 2023 and only 3.1 million is insured, it's cause for a concern. So let's also look at some public perceptions, misconceptions, and trust gaps that are existing in Nigerian insurance industry. One, if you look at what is obtainable, a lot of people say that insurance companies don't pay claims. I don't know if anybody on the call can attest to this, or you've heard this perception. Anybody? Hello? Hello, audience?
We're with you, sir. You could just see our hands raised.
Okay. Tolulope, please, you can. Okay, that is to signify that you've heard such before now, right?
Yes.
Okay, some will tell you that insurance companies, they don't pay claims. But the reality is that most genuine claims are paid. Like I read out in the last slide, you find out that on motor alone, the insurance paid over 30 billion as claims. That is to tell us that yes, insurance companies are paying genuine claims. When it comes to delays in payment of claims, is usually either as a result of incomplete documentation or non-disclosure by policyholders. So once your claim is genuine, even here in KBL Insurance, you will get settled without stories. So if you have been having that perception about insurance, I want you to know that the reality is that insurance companies pay claims. Another perception that we have in Nigeria today is that many people believe that once they pay their premiums, every loss is covered. Like I said earlier on, not all the losses are covered. Insurance cover only sudden and unforeseen events, not every kind of damage, but losses from wear and tear, mechanical faults, or gradual deterioration are excluded. So if you are reporting a fraudulent claim or a claim as a result of a peril that is not covered, that is to say that you will not be paid. So in other words, this calls for a very important aspect of insurance, that when you buy a policy, try as much as possible to know what the policy is covering. I know most people in Nigeria would not take time to read the policy, and at the point of claim, they'll be thinking that everything is covered. It's not so. So losses from wear and tear is not covered as
Mr. Everest, you've been muted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
so
Go
sorry,
ahead.
not from my end. So sorry about that. So like I was saying, regarding people believing that once they pay premium, every loss is covered. No, that is well understood. So let's look at the next one that talks about that third-party insurance covers everything. Motorists often assume that it protects their own vehicle too. No, the third party implies that is covering only third parties. If you have a third party insurance and you cause a damage or there is a liability as a result of the way you drove, is only the third party that will get compensation from the insurance company. So your own vehicle will not be covered. That is why we have the comprehensive insurance that can take up your own personal vehicle. So the reality is that the third-party insurance only covers damage or injury to others, not the insured's own vehicle. So if you want your own vehicle to be covered as well as that of third party, you should be thinking of taking up a comprehensive insurance policy. Another misconception that we have in the Nigerian insurance industry today is that people are thinking that insurance is only for the rich. But may I tell us that basically insurance is not for the rich alone. For instance, motor third party is a compulsory mandatory insurance policy. Health insurance as well as some micro insurance policies which are affordable today in Nigerian markets, they are not meant for the rich. So this idea that insurance is only for the rich, we should change it and embrace the reality that some are compulsory as well as will help to protect us adequately in case of any eventuality. Another thing that we'll look at today in the Nigerian insurance industry is that some people will tell you that insurance is a waste since nothing may happen. Yes, you can take up a policy for the first year, nothing happens. Second year, nothing happens. You might decide not to insure in third year, and that's when the eventuality will happen. So what will happen? You'll be left unprotected. So insurance is a safety net. You pay a little now just to avoid a huge loss later. It does not mean that once you pay your premium, you must make a claim. No, you are trying to save yourself a huge loss later on. What about trust deficits and lack of transparency? Yes, some people don't trust insurance companies, either as a result of their experience on a policy maybe they've bought in the past, but with the regulation by NICOM, that is the National Insurance Commission, they have made it compulsory now that insurance companies should digitalize their platforms. Okay, not only that, insurance companies to make their process transparent for policyholders. So NICOM regulation and has really helped to improve this. Thereby, this perception of lack of trust and lack of transparency on the part of the insurance companies is no longer there. So like Amala Compare, insurance companies are now partnering with a lot of insurtechs, tech companies to make insurance accessible, bring it closer to people, build the trust, and by so doing, being accountable to the regulator. So I want to submit by saying that when you understand insurance, you won't see it as a burden. You won't see it as a scam. You won't see it as a waste of money. You won't see it as you won't see it as nothing that is not needed, but rather you will see it as a blessing in disguise, because when the unfortunate incident will happen, if you have a claim or loss, that is when you get to understand that there is need for you to be adequately protected. So let's have it at the back of our mind that insurance no be scam, na sense of security. I hope we'll take that home. Insurance no be scam, na sense of security. Some will say that insurance is for the wise. So let's be wise and take up insurance policies. All right. So the next thing that we'll have here is this insurance policies that we've been talking about, focusing on motor insurance. Why is it important? What can it offer? It can offer us financial security, protect you from unexpected expenses. It can offer you peace of mind. You don't need to have confidence anytime you are driving on the road against theft, against fire, against damage to your own vehicle. You even have legal protection. You will not be afraid of the police, and other agencies on the road that do check for insurance policies and all the rest. Word of convenience in case of emergency. It will provide you a quick access to repair your vehicle, even when your vehicle is when your vehicle broke down on the road. Insurance company in their policy factored in what we call towing fee, especially on comprehensive covers, and also support you when claim happens. There's some policies that you take up that you can even have a makeshift vehicle in case of a loss. We also see that insurance will help us to safeguard our vehicle investment and maintains its long-term value. What about income stability? So it will prevent sudden financial shock that could disrupt your financial flow when you have a loss and there is no insurance in place, and you'll be thinking on how to raise money to repair the vehicle. But if you have insurance, you just go to bed and sleep. So I want to submit, when it comes to the economic value that motor insurance can offer, that when damage happens, insurance will restore you to the normal position where you were before the loss. And the promise at KBL is that we truly care. So your losses will never become your downfall. Just pick up a policy today and you find out that you'll be adequately protected. All right. So, like I said, smart moves. Yes. Because of the misconceptions and because of the digital era we're into, both the regulator, that is the National Insurance Commission, and KBL Insurance, we are leveraging on technology, and we're also partnering with a lot of insurtechs and tech companies to build trust and confidence in insurance. For instance, the regulator, that is NICOM, there is a regulatory drive now that has made it compulsory that insurance companies should digitalize their platforms, okay, so as to make policies available and at convenient, people can buy insurance policies, especially the compulsory ones, and also to eliminate fake insurance policies. For instance, the motor insurance today, you can beat your chest any day, anytime if you purchase a policy from KBL by going to the Nigerian Insurance Industry Database, we call NIID. Just key in the policy number or your registration number. With that, you can instantly confirm the authenticity of your policy. So that is a smart move. What of alignment with the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act of 2025 that was just passed in August. So the regulator is now pushing for a tech-driven and accessible and customer-centered insurance ecosystem. So a lot of things are changing. In other words, the misconceptions and knowledge gap that people have about insurance, these are being taken care of. On the part of KBL Insurance, in terms of smart moves, as a company, we have embraced technology to simplify customer interaction. So for instance, some of our policies, you can now with ease generate a quote as well as initiate premium payment with ease. In addition to that, our company KBL, we've also used our digital self-service portals and mobile responsive platforms to allow customers, buy policies, renew policies, and even manage their policies seamlessly. For instance, our social media handles very active any day, anytime. Once you reach out to us, you get a response on how to either purchase a policy, lodge a claim, or manage your account seamlessly. So also at KBL Insurance, we are taking up automation of our claim processes so that you don't need to come to our office. If you have a claim to lodge on your motor policy, you just go to our site and initiate the claim process. So that one is ongoing. Once it is fully implemented, our clients can easily start and finish all their claim processes as quick as possible. So with that, we are trying to keep to our words that we truly care for our customers. Also, through our customer engagement model, KBL will have continued to build trust by ensuring speed, transparency, and empathy in our services. So when it comes to service delivery, give it to us, and you will not regret buying a policy from us. And I know that in the past, most insurance companies, you hardly get them online. You need to walk down to their offices. You need hard copy policy documents, as the case may be. But these days, even at KBL, all those processes has been streamlined and they are now seamless. Once you initiate for instance, your car insurance, you go to our website or you engage our partners, that is Amala Compare on their platform. You can easily pick up our motor insurance policy. Not only on the part of KBL, like I said, we are entering into a strategic partnership like we are having today on this platform. So we are partnering with a lot of insurtechs, and Amala Compare is one of them. That is an aggregation platform. So this is just a bold step towards making insurance accessible and make it available for everybody to have motor insurance policy, irrespective of your location. I also have here that this collaboration with our partners will enable customers to easily access and purchase our policies. So, and that will be within a single, transparent, and user-friendly interface. And that will just provide you a very good experience that will save you time, instill confidence in whatever policy you are purchasing so that you have value for your money. And as is our partnership with Amala Compare and other insurtechs, like I mentioned, it supports digital inclusion. We know what is happening today, especially among our young ones who are very inquisitive. A lot of them are tech savvy. They just want convenience and value for their money. So what we're trying to say in essence that with partnership, we're going into as mandated by the regulator, that most of these processes should be digitalized. I'm assuring our customers and potential customers on the call that once it comes to KBL insurance, be sure of convenience in terms of buying your motor insurance, and at the end of the day, you have value for your money. All right. So at KBL, I want to say that we align with the vision of combining technology, regulated collaboration as is a mandate now, and we also want to ensure that our customer and collaboration and also customer trust to advance Nigerian insurance penetration. Like I said, 0.4% is very, very poor. You can't compare it with countries like South Africa, Egypt, Kenya. These countries are way ahead of us in terms of insurance penetration. And thank God for technology these days that is helping us to change the perception about insurance. So we also believe that the future of insurance industry will not be built on paperwork. Yes, that is true. That is true. In fact, in our office now, we run a paperless environment. So that's why we want to leverage on technology as well as partnership, and make sure that our customers will have trust and have the access to all the policies that they want to get. So KBL as a company, we stand ready because we truly care to support all our clients, both large scale people into large scale businesses, small scale, down to medium scale. So our policy is tailor-made, and it can help you to remain secured. So, listeners, I want to conclude by saying that insurance is necessary and is important because it is for financial protection, and it will give you peace of mind. And while we are talking about technology and partnership, we want to enhance accessibility, make sure that from the comfort of your house, you can purchase a policy. If it is to lodge a claim, you can lodge a claim. We also want to remove all suspicions, as the case may be, and make it a transparent process whereby you know what you're buying. You have a summary of the cover, and that will be at your convenience. So I think so far it is important that we pick up an insurance policy, especially car insurance. Either you take up the mandatory one, that is the third party, or you go for comprehensive. I want to also say here that in terms of premium payment, KBL Insurance, we understand the economy, and we have also made it very, very easy for our customers, policyholders to structure their payments and remain adequately covered. So I want to thank you so much because my time is up. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to entertaining your questions and answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kanu. That was a very insightful session. You can just, I mean, if you enjoyed Mr. Kanu's session, you might as well just drop clap emojis for him. You can react. I know that your mics are not enabled, but you can, of course, react so that we can see that you're following, and that more than following, you're engaged. Thank you so much, Mr. Kanu. That was a very insightful session. I mean, you shed important light on the realities of insurance in Nigeria, the gaps that exist, and the opportunities to bridge trust and accessibility. I mean, while you were speaking, I observed that, in your slides, you mentioned that of the 12 million vehicles on the road in Nigeria, only about 3.11 million are insured, leaving almost 9 million vehicles uninsured. So That begs the question, if those 9 million vehicles are not insured, what if they bash me tomorrow? Who am I going to hold? Who am I going to hold? How are we going to fix it? So really, it is a lot. It is a lot. So building on everything that Mr. Kanu has said, we'll now look at how Amala Compare fits into this broader picture, tackling some of the pain points that individuals face when trying to make financial decisions. I mean, when we were talking earlier, I dropped some, while Mr. Kanu was talking earlier, I dropped some polls in the chats, asked persons if before now they owned, if they owned insurance policy, car insurance policies, and 100% of the responders said no, that they did not own insurance policies. And I dropped a second poll and asked, after this session, do you feel more confident to purchase a car insurance policy? And 100% of them said yes. So I see that there's a significant mind shift now from not wanting to buy insurance or being too scared to buy insurance or thinking that insurance is a scam to now being confident enough to purchase said insurance. But how do you go about doing that? That's what we want to talk about next, right? We want to show you how our platform helps service providers deliver more value to their customers and how the individual's pain points can be mitigated with Amala Compare. So to walk us through this, I've got Mr. Ademola Mustapha, the founder of Amala Cloud Solutions. He will be exploring the problem, the solution, and the tangible benefits of using Amala Compare for both individuals and service providers and businesses like insurance providers. Mr. Ademola is a serial entrepreneur and the Chief Executive Officer of Parkland Holdings with subsidiaries including Parkland Technologies, Parkland Consulting, Prio Capital, Prio Infinite Data, Prio Energies, and did I say Parkland Technologies, the creator of Amala Cloud Solutions. Mr. Ademola is the visionary and principal stakeholder in Amala Cloud Solutions, and his keen desire is to revolutionize the data management and financial services landscape in Nigeria and beyond. So welcome, Mr. Ademola. Over to you. You can go ahead and turn on your video and your mic.
All right, Ademola, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here. Just give me a minute. Let me just try and put my slide up quickly. All right, please let me know if you can see my screen right now. So yeah, we've just heard about insurance, the interesting penetration rate of insurance in Nigeria, basically. When I had the stats or when I was even preparing for this presentation today, and I saw the stats that about 0.2% or 0.4% is insurance penetration in Nigeria, then I was not very surprised, right? Because what we're used to in Nigeria is saying things like my village people are after me again, right? When things happen all of a sudden, because we tend to have a culture where we leave things to chance, right? And because of that particular culture, that attitude, we don't see insurance as something that we need to rather prefer that we, let's go to church, let's pray about it, and that will solve the problem. No. But in this life, God has created this life to have a lot of variables, basically. And the only way you could secure yourself against these variables or these factors that are out of your control is by insuring yourself, basically. I'm sure many people on this call here, sometimes in life, you will sit down and just wish, can I press the reset button? Like, can I just reset and go back, right? You can't. But in some cases, you can press reset and start all over again. Like you can start all over again to buy a new house if flood has destroyed your house. And the way you can do that is by getting that insurance claim after you've insured that particular house when you actually bought it, or by buying a new car after getting an insurance claim when your car was stolen, basically, right? So there are a lot of reset opportunities that you buying the right insurance policy can allow you to do. But that's what we are at Amala. Amala, what are we trying to do? We are trying to really change how people, especially Nigeria and the West African and the whole Africa, interact with insurance, how you see insurance, and most importantly, we are trying to drive how you are able to access insurance. There are a lot of myths out there. Insurance is you will never get your money back. They'll never pay you when you need to claim. It's a scam. It's too expensive. A lot of information that is just untrue, and we are open with this solution, not open, we are sure with this solution, we will change that perspective basically. And we just say that at Prior Clan here, at Amala Cloud, sorry, I said Prior Clan, by driving, insurance penetration, driving more inclusion on financial for other financial products, we believe that this is going to impact and reduce the poverty rate in Nigeria, basically, because you're not going to be going out of pocket every time something terrible happens to you out of your control. In some cases, because insurance is going to cover some of these things, you know, you are going to have the right information to make these decisions. So my presentation today will be very short, right? I'm going to just cover 5 things. What do you do? I'm going to give you one nice picture for a start, you know, and this is just what we're going to cover. Let me minimize this. Yeah, just not minimize this. So yeah, just leave that by the side. Let's put that there. All right. And then, okay. So I found this on Twitter yesterday when I was just tweeting. I was just searching for, you know, people's experiences, and I found this image. So this is a particular, you know, vendor probably going to distribute eggs, right? And I was going to ask a question about this. I'm going to post the link in the chat quickly, and I just want everyone to just respond and just share me, what will you do in this situation, right? If this was you, whereby your vehicle, you know, that was meant to go and deliver eggs, you know, got, you know, crashed on the road, basically, what will you do? You know, from different scenarios, the driver, the owner of the company, what will you do in this type of scenario, basically? So I'm just going to post the link in the chat, and if you could just respond to that, that would be great. So just, I just try and put the link in the chat here. Yeah. So if you just tell me, what will you do in this particular instance, right? I'm curious to see what you guys are going to do. Right. For me, I know I'm going to do. So I'm just going to move on now. Why is insurance access very limited in Nigeria? Why is it still very limited? Right. We already know the stats. About 0.4 people penetration into insurance are actually purchasing insurance in Nigeria. I've given you some more stats. 98% of Nigerians lack active, and this is me being generous, 2%, because I'm covering a bit of corporate businesses here, right? Now, the current process is time consuming. I remember even we ourselves, when we wanted to get insurance for some computers, we have to go back and forth. Honestly, it took about almost a month just to purchase insurance products, right? From reviewing the claims, reviewing the items, providing the information, getting our feedback, getting the invoice to make the payments. The process could be time consuming, but it doesn't need to be time consuming, right? Low awareness and information gaps. People don't even know that you could insure your laptop from theft, or you can insure your computers from theft, basically, and you get paid if an actual theft actually happens. We don't pray for evil things to happen or bad things as we look at it, but we have to be prepared. You have to be prepared, basically. Because imagine a situation whereby you bought a laptop of 1 million naira, right? And you don't insure that particular laptop. And God forbid, a month later, thieves come to burgle your house, they steal the laptop. 1 million naira is done. You've lost 1 million naira. You have to go and look for another million naira to buy a new laptop. Where are you going to get that from? You're not going to get richer that way. You're only going to get poorer. But imagine a situation that you bought a laptop 1 million naira. You've got logged in onto Amala, our platform, and say, okay, I want to insure my laptop of 1 million naira. Let me see what various insurance offers are out there. We on our platform, we are going to show you, you know, the various insurance offers. They're going to buy this insurance package, and you're going to pay a fraction of the 1 million naira just to insure that particular laptop. So when that day comes that someone decides to steal your laptop, you can actually file a claim, basically, and you get reimbursed the money to purchase a new laptop, right? So limited access to products. Also, people don't know there are different insurance products. It's not, you can insure your car, and there are various insurance products for a car. You know, like Mr. Everest said, there's comprehensive, there's third-party insurance, you know, there is insurance for life, there's health, there are different insurance, there's insurance for tech products, a lot of insurance. Like when you begin to see these products, you'll be surprised how many things you can actually insure. But there again, not everyone knows the different type of insurance product that are out there, right? And that's what we are also trying to solve. And this is why today people are actually not really purchasing insurance. And that's why you see numbers like 0.4%. Right. Then we have here our solution, which I was giving insights to already. Oops, sorry. So what we are trying to do, we are creating a platform that basically aggregates all the insurance products from all the insurance providers, basically. And thankfully, NICOM, who is the regulator of insurance in Nigeria, has created a pathway, like Mr. Everest mentioned, for organizations like ours to work with insurance providers to be able to bring this solution to you guys, basically. So with this solution, we are going to really change the way you purchase insurance. An activity that takes over 48 hours in a best case scenario will now be taking less than 5 minutes when you want to purchase. But now, buying insurance doesn't need to just be easy, right? When you need to claim, is it also as easy? Yes, we're also going to make it very easy for you to claim. You don't need to fill so many files or so many paper. You can start your claim right from our application, working with this platform, on working with our providers on our application, basically. So you'll be able to manage your policies. You'll be able to purchase as easy as it is to purchase a policy. That's how easy you'll be able to manage your policy, start your claim process, basically. You'll be able to get recommendations for insurance product that suits you or that meets your specific needs based off your data on the platform. And yeah, those data that you've kept on the platform are unique to you. Basically, we are not going to share your data without your consent. Whenever your data is verified by an insurance provider for any reason, you'll be notified that your data has been verified. Whenever whenever someone processes your data using our solution, you receive an email notification, and we're even going as far as sending out text messages to notify you that someone has processed your data for whatever reason. Is it for insurance claim? You receive clear communication to let you know. How many things do you do right now today that you actually know when people are processing your data? Do you know when those loan companies are processing your data to give this loan offers? You don't know. They just do what they need to do. But with our platform, we are not only going to make it easy for you to interact with these financial companies to purchase insurance products and manage policies. We are also going to ensure that you have control of that data, because it is your data, it is your product they're insuring, it's your details they're insuring, and you'll be in control of that, basically. Now, the impact and how does it benefit everyone? And I've sort of made this impact in two ways, right? On one side, there's financial inclusion, right? Because one of these things I came up with this product with my team was, we have so many fintechs out there today. And if you ask all the fintechs, they're going to tell you their problem statement is we want to bank the unbanked, literally, right? But how many people actually have access to finances that actually want to bank these finances? The mere market woman or the mere cassava farmer that is not insuring his products from flood, it doesn't have time to be banked, basically. We believe with this platform, by driving this by providing these solutions at people's fingertips, we're going to be able to actually increase financial inclusion rates. Trust and transparency, you'll be in control and you have real-time support on any issues you might experience on the platform. You have full control of your data and how it is processed, who it is processed by, basically, and when it was processed. And for the service providers, what do you get from this platform? You are able to expand your reach, right? Right now, they're only able to serve 0.4% of Nigerians, basically. With our platform, you'll be able to have insights into the various consumer needs, and you'll be able to create tailored products to actually meet these consumer needs. You'll be able to create those insurance products to actually meet consumer needs. Because, yeah, we are saying people don't buy insurance because, they don't trust insurance. But there's also the factor that whereby insurance service providers also are not creating tailored insurance products to meet the customer needs, basically. They are just creating generic consumer products. But with our platform, we aim to bridge this particular gap. So we are not just building a regular, another fintech product for you to just come and, buy insurance, pay service fee, or get a loan, or, compare what a financial product. We are trying to build trust. We are trying to change how financial businesses and customers actually interact, how the consumers actually view financial product, because unless we have a better relationship, and that relationship is going to be through data, we cannot actually solve the poverty problem we're having in the country. We can blame the government for a lot of it, yeah, but we still also have the responsibility to play to improve these particular things, basically. Yeah, so just moving on to the last slide there. So we started in the first slide, what do you do in that scenario? Now, what do you think about this person's feedback? So this person has said, only those who has been doing farming in the books, and with grants, we think that agro insurance is possible. In reality, a small farmer like the victim in the photo will not be able to afford. So I'm just going to post another question, another link here, and then we're going to talk about these two responses in a minute. What do you think about this person's feedback? Give me a minute. Let me find that link and post that link for you guys. Okay. So this is a link, and let me just post that in the chat. Yeah. So the second link is, what do you think about our response in the second slide there? And I'm just going to talk about those two questions in a minute. All right. So let me know if you're able to access the link. I've got one response for the first question, which is a very interesting response. Let me just put that up on the screen quickly. No, let me just put this slide back. So in this first situation here, what do you do, right? You've lost a lot of egg products here. This is where insurance comes in, right? Like Mr. Everest said, we don't pray for bad things to happen, right? But those incidents, it's only going to happen once, right? You keep paying that premium. But in this kind of situation, if you're a business owner whereby your products are insured or your consignment are insured, and I very much our insurance companies have a very specific insurance product that covers goods in transit, basically, right? Let's say you have a goods in transit insurance, you'll be feeling a bit better. It's not a good situation, but you feel a bit better knowing that you've not just lost a lot of money there to those particular eggs, basically, because you've had good in transit insurance, right? Now, if you've not had any good in transit insurance, you'll be feeling very bad. You've lost a lot of money right now. You know, the eggs that probably struggle to hatch, they are all wasted basically there. Now, for the other one there, what do you think? And this is what I think, right? What do I think? This person is saying agro insurance is impossible. Now, you only think it's possible when you're, on paper. But there's really nothing that is not possible, right? Because the insurance products, they have underwriters that basically underwrite risk, right? The only thing they need is to understand what they are trying to insure and the elements around it. They are able to create insurance products, but they might not be able to create agro insurance products properly to meet customer needs. And why is that? Because they don't have the data. And this is one of the bridges we are trying to meet in the middle. Do you understand? Now, but I'm sure there are also service providers right now that have some sort of agro insurance products that meet with your needs, right? So people are there online on the internet, and that's where you see some things that people say. The internet doesn't tell you everything, right? And if you go back to the first slide there, you see what person said. You cannot hear this from a motivational speaker. Your motivational speaker will tell you everything on how to make money, but they will not really, really tell you the thing that will help you prevent your loss of money, which is getting insurance in a lot of cases, basically. So um, with Amala Compare, we will change how this is easy from the information, you having the right information, the verified information on what sort of insurance meets your needs, and you having the ability to be able to compare those insurance products at ease, right? Something that takes 24 hours from probably calling 10 people to say, guy, I want to buy insurance. So who's going to give me insurance? And yeah, I don't know. Make I go my other guy. It's easy. Just go online, go to amala.cloud, you go to Amala Compare there and you're able to say, oh, okay, I want to buy insurance, put in a bit of bio data, and then we're going to give insurance. This is the solution, and this is the product that we're going to roll out for you guys and everyone. And hopefully we are not actually, I've spoken a lot about insurance today because we're talking about insurance, but insurance is just one of that financial product that we are trying to bring closer to people. We are also trying to create a system. We also have a system that will help you make informed decisions when it comes to loans, right? So now everyone is downloading Fair Money, all these so many loan companies that are getting loans at different interest rates, at different sort of conditions, but you don't really know which one is offering you more value. With Amala Compare, that's also going to change. You want to get a loan, come to our platform, put your details. We'll tell you the loan providers. If it's Fair Money that is giving you a loan at 10% interest rate, if Carbon is giving you a 20% interest rate, if Carbon will send someone after your family if you don't pay, or Fair Money will send someone after your parents if you don't pay, you'll be able to have all those information to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go for Carbon. I'm going to go for Fair Money because the interest rate makes sense. They're not going to pursue me, or I'm going to go for this one because it has more value, right? So we are going to bring all those financial products to you. You want to buy stocks, you want to do all those things, we'll bring all those financial products for you onto our Amala Compare platform. And that's why I've called it Amala Compare, because right now, if you have money and you want it Amala, you know the best Amala slots in your head, but the best Amala spots where you get the best Amala. So for us, just come to our platform, compare that financial product. That's what we're trying to build, and actually bring those things to your fingertips. So loan that takes 5 minutes, loan that takes days to get, takes 5 minutes to get, because you have that informed decision. You have it on our platform. You can manage it on our platform. So you don't have to download multiple products. You are doing all those things on one product, on one platform, not sharing your data with multiple products that multiple platforms that you might not end up subscribing to. You want to put a bank account today, you probably have to go to GT Bank first, fill data, fill application data, go to this person's bank, fill application data, and then you now realize that, oh, they're only going to use Unibank because Unibank offers this and GT Bank does not offer this. Those type of things will change because you only need to come to our platform, like I said earlier, check for this product and see which one actually meets your needs, and you can actually choose a product actually, speaks to your situation. Does it speak to your budget? Does it provide the things that is very unique to yourself that you need? And I can tell you there are products that actually offer this. And this will also increase competition within the markets for the service providers. That means they will also have to bring more value for us, right? It's not going to be a situation whereby someone tells us, oh, you're going to pay 1,000 per month for using our account, then that's the only choice you have. There are more other options there that could actually add value to you. So that's basically it for me. So that's everything I just want to present to you today. I think I'm just going to show you around the platform, going to show you around our new landing page, which we're even looking to roll out very soon. Show you as an individual how to sign up on the system. I'm not going to go into details. I'm not going to bore you because I know a lot of you are tech savvy. I'm just going to go through the platform and show you the different value that we can offer basically. Or Ademola, is that the next thing I need to do?
Yes, please. You can go ahead and do that.
Okay, cool. Just give me a minute. Let me just have to present on the screen for that. Please let me know when you can see my screen. All right, great. So this is our Amala Cloud platform. Well, this is our current landing page. So when you go to the Amala Cloud platform, this is our current landing page. We're rolling out a new landing page very soon, which just gives a bit of insight. Like you see, take control of your financial data without stress. That's what we're trying to do. Without stress, take control of financial data. If you click get started, basically you can sign up as an individual or you can sign up as a service provider, same on the live environments. Individual service provider, you can sign up. So I'm just going to start with the individual account. I'm just going to continue the individual account here. I think I have an account. So yeah, no, I think I now have an account. So when you sign up, basically you're going to have this dashboard. It's also mobile responsive. We don't have a mobile app now, but I'm sure at some point we are going to release a mobile app. So this is our platform. What we intend to give you is quick insights. So this access here just basically shows you the various providers that have requested access to your data, that you've granted access, the various providers or businesses that are requesting access to your data that are pending that you need to either approve. And these are providers that you've rejected access to your data. And this is very peculiar because when you're comparing for insurance products or when you're comparing for financial products, you might try to apply for product A from a service provider A, and then maybe later change your mind and go service provider C. But because you try to purchase from service provider A, who would have shared your financial data with them, basically. So this allows you to actually say, okay, I'm not buying from financial data from service provider A again. They don't need access to my data. Only C needs access to my data, basically. So this dashboard basically just gives you a quick insight into your account, the products that you've purchased, the products that the insurance products that are active, the ones that you've just submitted the applications, or the products that maybe you woke up one morning and you're like, oh, let me just see how much a loan will cost me, or let me see how much that car insurance is going to cost, and you just get it in chat. You didn't really apply for the product. So you'll be able to have a quick insight into your system here, basically. Right. So where does the magic really happen? The magic mainly happens here. So this is Amala Compare. So this is where you come here to compare your products. So you either select loans, if you're looking for loans, and select insurance. We're going to be rolling out more of these things as time goes on. So insurance, are you looking for health insurance? Are you looking for travel insurance? There'll be more drop downs because there are more insurance than just car, health, travel. So when you click on car insurance or health, you just fill in your bio data here. Now, the first time you're doing it, it will ask you to fill a lot of questions, but the next time you're coming to fill it, it will show you the previous data that has stored there, and you just need to update your data to ensure and reflect your current situation when you want to buy the product. Because one thing that is very important and causes mistrust currently in this whole sector is that service providers find it difficult to trust the data you're actually providing them, basically. And that's one of the things we are trying to correct. So you can go to next, fill that data, this is for address, put your employment information. And once all that is done, you'll be able to save and search, and then it's going to bring out the insurance product where they're going to be able to purchase. You can view any quotes you purchased previously. Like, let's say I've purchased a quote, you can see the quotes that you have there. You can view the details of the quotes. And in this place here, we will recommend products to you randomly. So based on your data, or maybe based on your last search, we recommend products that we think you could be eligible for. So you'll be able to find all those type of products, like loan products, insurance products. You'll be able to find all that on this particular platform, basically. So that's what this Amala Compare segment allows you to do. Address management here just allows you to ensure that your address is up to date, basically. So your address history, all the addresses that you've used recently, it's going to show your addresses in that particular place. Access management, this is where it's going to show the service providers that have access to your data, the ones that are pending, the ones that are granted, and then you'll be able to see the data that you shared with OPay, for instance. Here, so I've shared this data, you'll be able to see that data when they access your data and stuff like that, basically, and you can, change the status of that. If they don't need access to your data, you can do that as long as you don't have a product purchase yet with them. If you have a product purchase with a service provider and you have an account open with them, like a loan account or insurance account, you won't be able to revoke access again because by regulation, they are required to hold on to your data for a certain period of time, basically. Then we have data management here. Data management basically here will just allow you to view those insurance accounts that you've opened. You'll be able to raise the dispute. This way you'll be able to raise dispute. So all that is going to be live. So that's just primarily what the individual is. Just a very easy application, mobile view. It's very mobile responsive for you to manage insurance products and purchase insurance or financial products anytime. Meanwhile, for the service providers also, let me just go to this place and show you. So service providers, you are able to sign up. Sign up is quite easy. Although when you start the sign up process, we will still need to reach out to you to do some verification because all the service providers on our platform are verified and need to be licensed. That means if you're an insurance service provider, you need to be licensed to be an insurance service. There are some requirements that we're going to collect for KYC to be compliant with NICOM. If it's a loan service provider, there are also requirements. We need to validate that. So individuals can know that, or the consumers using our platform can be guaranteed that you are actually buying an insurance product from the banks, the people that are regulated to provide those particular services, and not just anybody starting a business, basically. So yeah, I think I'll have a test account for this. So yeah, ignore me, I'm here to complete my onboarding. So once you complete your onboarding, you upload the documents required for the registration as an insurance, as a service provider looking to use our platform to sell more products. You have the compare. Yeah, this place here is basically where you come to create your products and manage leads. Here, this is where you view all the insurance leads, all the people that have tried to apply for your products. Where you're going to view all your leads and you'll be able to manage your leads, basically. You also have the identity verification because this is very important, right? ABC has come to apply for loan. You want to verify the identity. You have different means of identity verification here, which you can use, NIN, BVN, verification history stores all that data for a certain period of time. So you can view the particular data that I verified for that particular individual. Then we have address management. This is where you can verify the address of an individual that's applied for a product. Verification logs is just showing the verification logs, and report address here is just a way of you. So let's say ABC has come to get insurance from you, and when they got that insurance from you, they said they were living at Jigawa, basically. So as a service provider, to keep up to ensure data is up to date and consistent, you have the responsibility to update and report that's the address that user used to update that particular account, which will be tied to that particular account. Then access management, this is for you to basically request access to individual data. So when, let's say you want to check someone's data to, get access to their data, you can request for data here. Manage access, you'll be able to see the various, data assets that you have for granted, pending, declined, or expired in different scenarios. Then billing, this is where you basically just, manage your subscription with the platform, transaction history, APIs, because you don't necessarily need to use only our system to, to create insurance products. You could connect it with your own, digital system, because NICOM has also required all the service providers now to have a more robust technology for insurance management. So you can connect to our system to, carry out most of these functions, basically. So that's just a quick overview. What else? So users, you can invite multiple users into the platform. So multiple users, multiple sales executives. So you can give them access to the platform to be able to manage the leads and sell those insurance products in real time. So that's just a quick overview, and that's it for me, Inga. And this is the dashboard, right? Yeah. So Ademola, back to you.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ademola.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. That was exciting to see. I mean, I was excited to see all of that. I was excited to listen to the problem statement, of course, the solution that Amala Compare provides. And of course, a walk through the platform was also very exciting for me. So as an individual, I know what to expect. And if tomorrow I venture into the insurance space, I also know what to expect as a service provider. So it was always great to see when innovation meets practicality. And that's really what Amala Compare stands for. So I'm sure that everybody on the call has a few questions or thoughts after seeing that walkthrough. So now is the perfect time for us to go through questions. We're moving into the Q&A session now, where we'll be addressing some of the questions that you've shared in the chats and any others that you may have regarding the Amala Compare platform. And of course, today's discussion on the need for insurance. So I'm just going to open up the chat box now, or the Q&A now. If you haven't already put your questions in there, please feel free to go ahead and do that while I take some of the questions that already exist in the Q&A box. So I'll be reading out the questions and may likely just direct them to either Mr. Ademola or Mr. Everest to respond to them. So I've got a question here that says that how little can I pay as premium? And what is the minimum I can expect as far as coverage is concerned? I think the best person to answer this question may be Mr. Everest. So Mr. Everest, could you help us with that? How little can I pay as premium? This is specific. I think this question is specifically for car insurance. I know that there are some car owners on the call who would like to know how little they can pay as premium and what they can expect, the minimum they can expect by way of coverage.
Okay, thank you so much, Ademola. When it comes to how much you pay for car insurance, the third-party insurance is 15,000 naira. That is the cost. Then for comprehensive insurance, that's a subject of the value of your vehicle applied, multiplied by 5%. That is 5% of the value of your vehicle. That is the premium payable. Is that okay?
Okay. This is on a monthly
What's
basis.
the second? Well, this premium, you can structure it and pay instrumentally, but premium is supposed to be paid annually. So in KBL, we can help you structure the payments, whereby you can do quarterly, you can do half yearly, as the case may be.
That's great. That's great. So I can pay 15,000 naira annually. That's very interesting.
Yes, for your
third
third party. So that will take you throughout the whole year.
Wow. So truly, insurance is not for the rich.
Exactly, it's not for the rich. You can't even use it to compare your data subscription in a year. Just calculate how much you used to subscribe for data in a year, and now compare it to how much you used to buy for an insurance policy, especially the mandatory one that is third party. So you see that it's not for the rich.
Yes, I see that it's not for the rich. Well, Mr. Everest, I mean, at this price, what can I expect? What kind of damages can I expect to be covered? What's the minimum coverage I can get for this price?
Okay, thank you so much. When it comes to third-party insurance, we are looking at the liability. Okay, you are looking at the third party, another road user, okay, whereby you damage his or her vehicle. In that case, the insurance company can take off that policy, and the maximum when it comes to third party insurance is around 3 million yes, in terms of property damage. So you can get that as that is the third party who gets compensated up to that amount. Okay. But for comprehensive, like I said, it's a comprehensive cover, but it does not mean that it's covering everything. So the level of damage that you sustain, that will be adjusted by the insurance company and put you back to position where you were before that loss.
Okay. I guess that
Yeah.
really answers that question.
So
Thank you
apart
very much.
from that, okay, can I say
Go ahead.
something else? Okay, I wanted to say that in terms of the comprehensive insurance, we are looking at the damage to your own vehicle, damage to the third party vehicle. We're also looking at injury that you may sustain, okay, and also injury that the third party may sustain. In case of death, that will also be taken care of, but it's not the compensation is not going to be the compensation is limited, but it's reasonable, as well as medical expenses. These are covered in comprehensive insurance. Not only that as well, there is what we call there are some add-ons in comprehensive insurance. For instance, like if there is a riot, civil commotion, and your vehicle is damaged, the comprehensive insurance will take it up. We also have flood as an extension, which come at an additional cost. We also have towing fee in case maybe you are driving on the road, you have an accident, you're looking for a way to tow the vehicle. These are some of the add-ons to the comprehensive insurance. So these are things that you can get once you have a comprehensive insurance. Then for that of third party, like I said, is mandatory just to protect another road user. That one will not take care of your damages. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Everest. That answered that question very, very concisely. So I think the next question that I have is more towards the Amala Compare side of things. So I'm going to merge about 3 questions that I see here. But first off, let's just start with the first one I have. So the question I have next for this question is from Mr. Ademola. It says, is the Amala Cloud platform for selling/comparing products? And after purchasing an insurance product, for example, do I handle claims through the platform or I have to reach out to the insurer?
So, yeah, our main goal, we have the Amala Cloud platform is aiming to solve 2 main problems. One is to allow you the opportunity to compare, which I'll say discover financial products and purchase it on the platform instantly, right? So you go online, you're looking to get an insurance product, you're looking to get a loan, you're able to compare, various providers, right? Because we are not an insurance provider, we are not a loan company, we are not a financial company. We are just aggregating and bringing all those products to your fingertips for you to compare. And then if you see the one that you like, immediately you purchase and you do all that on the platform. You don't have to go to any bank, you don't have to fill any paper, basically, right? You do that on the platform. Now, in the cases of insurance, we are going to be working with insurance providers to allow you to be able to start a claim. A claim process is merely you just filling a form and sending a series of incidents. Like I remember my experience making a claim earlier this year. I filled a form, took pictures of the car, and then submitted that claim process basically. And all of that you'll be able to do that through the platform, submitting to the provider, and provider will be able to engage and interact with you through the platform, so they can respond to your claim. You'll be able to track your claim status, and then they can reach out to you via phone call if necessary. But the goal of the platform and the problems we are trying to solve is to allow you to do all these things at the fingertips of your mobile phone or on your computer, basically, without any paper filling.
That's great. I think that answers that question. So Amala Compare or Amala Cloud Solutions it's meant to be a one-stop shop for all your financial product needs. So you find it there, you purchase it there, you claim it there, right? So the next question I have also goes to Mr. Ademola. So what payment platform does Amala Cloud Solutions utilize for payments? Is it Paystack or the likes or something custom?
For now, we don't have a custom system. Currently, we are going to be using third-party payment provider. I think we're using Paystack and one other company, Squad. But as time goes on, we are going to be, because we are really trying to bridge a gap between service providers and consumers when it comes to payments, right? We are really going to come up with some interesting things with something we are calling Amala Pay. We are not necessarily going to handle the payments, but we are going to try and make payments more easy, a bit easier and accessible for individuals. With solutions like direct debits. That's a way of making automated payments for financial product that you may have subscribed to, which also reduces the burden on your end and also increases your, your financial position and strength with these service providers. But currently we're using Paystack and Squad.
Okay. Paystack on Squad and in view Amala Pay. So thank you so much for that response. Do we have any more questions? Perhaps you don't know how to navigate the Q&A box. You can leave your questions in the chat and then we'll pick it up. Do we have any questions? If you got any question, maybe you would like to just speak and not type, you can just raise your hand and then I'll just enable your mic so you can speak. Do we have any of such? Do we have anybody who wants to ask a question? Raise their hand to ask a question? Or do we have anybody typing in the chat? We can still take a question. If after a few more seconds, I don't get any persons asking questions, remember I had to merge a couple of questions earlier. Questions that seemed similar to each other. This was about, claims, the platform, how much can I do on the platform? Yeah, so I'm just going to check the chat again to see if I've got any. Okay, no takers. Got no takers in the chat. All right. So to all those who responded to the polls that we put in the chat. Thank you very much. That gave us some insights. When we started this, many of you did not have insurance products. And then midway through, many of you were convinced that insurance is not a scam and you can purchase some. And, I asked a question in the poll about how you used to, find or compare financial products like loans and insurance. And many persons says they would ask their friends, some would pick blindly, and some would, manually compare using search engines. I think that at the end of this, many of us have a better solution. We all have a better solution to finding and comparing products now. We now know that with Amala Compare, all that manual searching, all that picking blindly, all that asking friends is something that we can eliminate because we can find, compare, and purchase these products on Amala Compare, all on Amala Cloud. And then when we need to claim, we can also do it there. So I've got one more question here. So it reads, how do we plan on building customer trust? Looking at the amount of sensitive information required, I am talking about insurance from the life part. How do we plan on securing our data? I think Mr. Ademola can go ahead and answer this. Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah, so no. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, data protection is very, very important, basically. And one of the things that we've done from the building of this solution, we've ensured to include what we call data privacy by design. So it's one of the sort of approach you take into building things, basically. So that's one of the things we're trying to do. Now, every data and everything that's within our system is encrypted, right? So we encrypting the information that goes into the databases, that goes into the API and flows within the system. And most importantly, also, we have also registered with the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, which basically reflects that the fact that we're working with their framework to ensure that our systems are compliant with how we actually undo and process this financial data. We do recognize that financial data is very, very sensitive, and how it's handled needs to be handled with a very sense of due care, which is what we're trying to do, and which is also one of the reasons why we've taken the effort to build that particular solution, which we call access management, because that access management will really access management plus data management are the two solutions that we've really incorporated into our system with the aim to give the users that the ultimate control on how that data is being processed within our systems, basically. So we've kept a lot. We are following, global standard practices, but also ultimately we are giving that control of how that data is being processed back to yourselves, because who's the best person to say or who's the best person to use, that data? It is you. Yeah, we're giving that control to you. And what we're just doing is ensuring that we're providing a system that allows you to be able to seamlessly, exercise your control and secure how you're able to do that, basically. Sure, we are going to have more of these webinars. We are going to have more demo sessions, basically. We are going to have security testing. We do more security testing. to ensure that, our application is secured and we are actually securing people's data. We're not just talking about it because, with technology, things are changing every day, and we have, a team and processes around to ensure that we are actually consistently securing people's data, basically.
All right, thank you so much for that response, Mr. Ademola. I think that answers that question very, very well. So I don't see anybody with raised hands. Neither do I see any more questions in the chat box. If you've got questions, I think this is the final call for questions. This is the final call I'm giving for questions. So if you've got any questions, you can raise your hand. I can unmute your mic and then you'll be able to speak, or you can drop them in the chat or drop them in the Q&A box. So, going once, going twice, going 3 times, strike. Okay, that brings us to the very end of the webinar. Thank you all so much for those engaging questions. And thank you to our speakers and the Amala Cloud team for such insightful contributions today. As we come to the end of this session, I'd like to leave you with a few quick takeaways and next steps. So the journey, as we have so very, been engaged on, we've heard the journey to smarter decision-making starts with access to clear, comparable, and reliable information. That's what Amala Compare is all about anyway. Empowering individuals to make informed financial and insurance choices while helping service providers connect with clients more efficiently. So if you haven't already, we invite you to sign up for early access to Amala Compare and be among the first to explore the platform when it goes live. I think it's live. Mr. Ademola, could you shed light on that? Is the platform live?
You can sign up, you can go live, but we are not fully live on the compare functions. We're just trying to finish up some licensing process with the regulator, basically. But You can register, you can sign up on the platform, you can actually sign up, but you cannot purchase insurance products. We just need to go through some oops, which we are currently doing with the regulator.
Okay, great. So you can go ahead and sign up for early access. I'm going to say that again. Sign up for early access to Amala Compare and be among the first to explore the platform when it fully goes live. Okay, so for service providers, I know that we have some service providers on the call. For service providers, please explore our partnership opportunities to bring your offerings to a wider audience through Amala Compare. You can create tailored products through Amala Compare. So the sign up and partnership links have been shared in the chat. The sign up and partnership links have been shared in the chats. Please take a moment to check them out. We will also share post-event communications with you that will contain these links, as well as links to the replay of this webinar and a feedback form that we implore you to fill. We'd like for you to fill back that feedback form. It will help us, give you a better experience the next time we have a discussion like this. As Mr. Ademola said, we'll be having more and more of these kinds of webinars to educate you as end users and of course as service providers. So on behalf of Amala Cloud Solutions, I want to thank you all once again for joining us today. My name again is Amala Compare, your moderator, and it's been such a pleasure to host you. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday and keep making smarter choices with Amala Compare.
Thank you very much, Arinda. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Yep.
All right. So I'm not going to kill the call
Thank
now.
you
You can
so
just
much.
take off. Thank you, Mr. Everest. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
You too. Have a nice evening. I could just mention everybody on the call who's still here. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Omawumi. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Abdul Muiz. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Theodore. Thank you, Eforma. We will see you in our next webinar. Expect our post-event comms. Pick up those links in the chat. Sign up as an individual so you can compare products. Sign up as a partner so that you can list products. And of course, follow us on social media. We've got our links there for LinkedIn, for X, for Facebook, for YouTube. We'll catch you in our next one. Bye.